got out of the house. He doesn't do well out of his house and on property other than his own. How he got there is another story, but he was out and he was gone. Now, Rennie wouldn't know a Mack truck from a Volkswagen, and he's not afraid of anything. But when we couldn't find him, there was a momentary panic in our house. And I'm driving home like crazy to try and figure out what I'm going to do and where I'm going to look and where he might go. And I pick up the phone and call my friend Cliff Saunders, who's an animal lover, and said, Cliff, if you're at home, look out your back door and see if you see my little blonde dog out there anywhere. My wife is driving around the neighborhood looking for him. He said, I'm not at home. I'm at a friend's house about 5 miles away. Oh, I said, I'm sorry, Cliff. I'm sorry. He said, but I'll go over there. I said, no, Cliff, don't go over there. He said, no, I'm going to go over there. I said, Cliff, you don't have to go over there. I'm on the way home right now. So he said, no, I'm going to go. Hung up the phone, got in the car, and began driving over to my house. About the time I turned off 17th Street onto 22nd Avenue, my phone rang, and I picked it up and answered, and it was Joni in tears saying that she had found Rennie. Now, if you have an animal, and you love your animal, and the animal is out of your sight or in trouble or in danger, it's very scary. And so we were kind of in a panic moment. And I said, what in the world happened? And she said, a gentleman from down the street, and I want to make sure I get his name right, apparently saw Rennie in the street, was with his granddaughter, and his granddaughter almost hit Rennie in the street. They picked him up and put him in the golf cart, and then they put him on the ground and let him walk like he was going back to the house. They followed him in the golf cart, and Joni just happened to go outside and see him in the golf cart and see Rennie, who then, of course, came sprinting toward her. And it was because of Denon Mills and his granddaughter that we were able to find Rennie and get him back. I just want to say thank you. I don't know Mr. Mills, but I sure do appreciate having a good neighbor like him. And also Cliff and Patty Saunders. It's good to have good neighbors, right, Angie?
Absolutely. I think that he deserves a good neighbor shout out.
I think we should arrange that. Don't you think we should? Anybody might want to help us on that?
So I absolutely do.
Yeah. Shall we give out a good neighbor award?
I love stories like that.
It's a real neighbor.
I was actually in the car and I was trying to figure out, I was like listening to your story. I was like, I didn't want to get out of the car. I want to hear the rest of the story. So
you're going to hear it. We're going to talk about you. And look, it is Angie.
I know.
After all, we thought it might be, Tom said it last time you heard JJ was the intern.
And that is not true, but it has been a while.
She's right. It was Austin Tatton.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay. And have you met these guys here? By the way, you know Luke. Have you met him? I don't know. He's
I
new
saw
here.
Luke yesterday.
You haven't met Alan.
No, I have not.
Okay, well, it's good to have you back.
Introductions.
We saw you up in Ponte Vedra. We had a chance to visit you and Clint.
That was really sweet of y'all to come chase us down in the very crowded
after all,
restaurant.
you were buying, so how could you not? All right, we're going to take a break, come back. She's in the house. Angie Lewis, coming your way right here in the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Soul.
Michelob Ultra is more than a superior light beer. It's taken in all life has to offer, like catching a wave or biking a long trail. And when you're done, you reach for a cold Michelob Ultra. Fewer carbs, fewer calories, more to look forward to. Michelob Ultra. Long live the ultra life. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra Light Beer, 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat per 12-ounce serving. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Your quality of life is meant to be fully enjoyed each day. The doctors at Ayers Global understand that and strive to provide a quality of life for you that has no equal. Ayers Therapeutic Services combines naturopathic and family medicine to help all your health needs. Diabetic management, hypertension, pain management, and anti-aging are just a few of the services offered by the Ayers family. Call 352-512-0222 today, and Ayers Therapeutic Services will help you begin to understand that better health begins with you.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Jane Metzler, House Speaker Paul Ryan announcing he'll be voting for Donald Trump, saying that he and the presumptive GOP nominee have more common ground than disagreement. Hillary Clinton in San Diego calling Trump dangerous and unfit to be president.
This is not someone who should ever have the nuclear codes, because it's not hard to imagine Donald Trump leading us into a war just because somebody got under his very thin skin.
The UCLA grad student gunman who killed a professor before taking his own life was looking for another.
He was only able to locate one. The second faculty member was off campus.
LA Police Chief Charlie Beck, a woman found fatally shot in Minnesota on that gunman's kill list. And Prince died of an accidental overdose of fentanyl, a powerful painkiller. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Focus. You need it to run a business, so don't let legal questions distract you. Use LegalZoom instead. Things like lease agreements and employment laws get complicated, but they're part of running a business. That's why LegalZoom built a network of independent attorneys in 48 states. You can rely on them for the legal details without paying by the hour, since LegalZoom isn't a law firm. So focus on growing your business and use LegalZoom for the legal stuff. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
Jay Steinfeld started Blinds.com 20 years ago to make the complex process of installing new custom blinds simple. Whether you're shopping for blinds or roller and solar shades for summer, the Blinds.com team will walk you through the selection, measuring, and installation for free. With Blinds.com's 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can't get this wrong. Go to Blinds.com and use promo code BLUE for your 20% discount before June 30th. That's Blinds.com, promo code BLUE.
The many causes of back pain vary, some of which can be very scary. Whether your tweak begins up high in your neck or down lower just above your cheek, acupuncture can help ensure that you have a pain-free week. Come see me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare, just off of 27th Avenue behind the Paddock Mall. Call today to set your acupuncture appointment. Call 352-615-5566 and visit abetteryouhealthcare.com.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Men who are coupled up are also more likely to go to the doctor because, of course, like my wife, the woman in their life insists that they go. Next time you know you didn't get a good night's rest and something irritates you, take 10, 15 seconds to consider how much sleep you got before you go nuts. Being bilingual boosts cognitive development in children and boosts mental flexibility.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Next time you're thinking about beating the train, think again. It takes a typical freight train traveling 50 miles an hour, 1.5 miles to stop. That's nearly 18 football fields. Don't try to beat the train. Florida's roads can be highways or dieways. The choice is yours. A message from Operation Lifesaver.
This message also brought to you by your friends here at WOCA News Talk 1370.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA.
Back in Voice of Ocala, Angie Lewis joins the show in progress, and she hasn't been here for a while. She has been on an extended tour. She's back in the neighborhood. Decided to come on her show again. You know, our ratings just dropped.
Did they? I was worried about that.
Absolutely. We almost had to pull the plug and go off the air because you weren't around.
Oh, I am so. Hopefully today we will see a spike and we'll get things back on track.
Yeah. Well, speaking back on track, now where all did you go? I know you had a big deal with your daughter, graduation, and you had a little thing in Key West. So you just called me up and said, I'm going to be gone a while. And that was what, 5 weeks?
Well, yeah. I mean, because we had, prior to that, we had family all come to town because of her graduating. So we had, our son Jake, who lives in St. Louis, fly in, and then our moms and Clint's dad. So we had a lot of family and friends that came in and spent some. Then we went down to Tampa for the graduation ceremony, and thereby came back for the weekend. And then after about a week, then we went down to headed down to the Keys. She's never been to
Alexis?
She's never been to the Keys or Miami area, and she's as moving to Columbia, Missouri to do grad school there. So we wanted to make sure that she got to do a few little Florida things that she hasn't been able to do yet. And so we've got some friends down in the Keys, and we went down and saw them and spent the week just kind of sightseeing. She loved Hemingway's house, of course.
I've never made it down there.
Oh, I'm so surprised.
You know what? My wife and I were headed there on our honeymoon.
What happened?
My wife and I and my best friend at the time, they got married the week before. We double dated on our honeymoon.
Oh,
We're driving. I was working. I was in college.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I was working at the wash service in Miami. I had 4 days off, and we went, not to make this about my honeymoon, but we got in the car and drove. And my friend's one of these meticulous guys who gets every little detail exactly right.
Yeah.
At nighttime, he takes off his socks and lays them and folds them in the window.
Oh, gee.
That's the kind of guy he is,
man.
okay?
Oh,
he
boy.
never forgets every little detail. Yeah. He made 2 big mistakes. He didn't fill his gas tank to the top. He said his gauge was broken, and he forgot to put film on his camera. So he was the photographer and the chauffeur. So we ran out of gas in Marathon.
Yeah.
And we stopped at a place called the Buccaneer Lodge.
Okay.
And we wound up staying there the whole time.
Oh, my gosh.
We never made it to Key West.
That's hilarious.
And so as a result, we've never been to Key West.
Right.
And now I'm watching this series, Bloodline, which is a great series on a dysfunctional family who lives in Key West, in Alvarado. So, tell me about Key West. Was it great?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always great. As soon as you hit the Keys, I mean, it's just like you hit that water and your blood pressure drops and you just become super chill. And it's everyone there just, so friendly, and everyone's just having a great time. And one of the things that I like about, in all those areas, we stop in Key Largo and Marathon, kind of like that too. We've got a few favorite spots along the way that we like to stop at. There's actually a couple people here in town who have families that have restaurants along the way too. We tried to stop at the Conch House because I know Ted from CrossFit's family owns that, but they were having a private party, so we didn't get to do that this time.
I should get that address and get Ted's contact me. We're going to go down there one of these days.
It's so fun. But the thing about the Keys is, you just walk everywhere. You can walk, and there's live music everywhere, and then seeing some of the sites. Going to Hemingway's,
the chickens
and the 8-toed cats, and just
it's a weird culture.
It is. It's very interesting. And it's funny because the very first time we went there, it was, I want to say like 99. I was a school teacher at the time. I'm trying to remember what exactly was going on. Long time ago. And Clint and I went down there for a vacation and fell in love with it. And I was like, I got to figure out how to.
I'm surprised you didn't figure out how to get
How am I going to move here?
Those State Farm agencies are taking up down there.
At the time, I was a school teacher.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about State Farm.
Oh, yeah. There you
go. And so I got online. We got back home, researched their education system, and it's like, well, I could teach in the Keys, and then started looking at the homeowners prices, I'm like, okay, but I can't live there, so I can't be a teacher and live there, so this isn't going to work out. So
that or Clint's got to go out and run drugs or something.
Now we just visit.
Well, I mean, have you ever played this game? We did it all the time. We actually thought about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Suppose you could just go somewhere for a year and decide you're going to go live there for a year. Put everything on hold and go away and live someplace for 1 year. Anywhere in the world, is there one spot that comes to mind?
I would probably go. I would head to Europe. just because.
What part of Europe, though?
Well, that's what I'm trying to think, because there's so many areas. I mean, just even if getting to Rome or
But you don't speak the language in Italy.
It doesn't matter.
I
They
know,
make
it
it
does a
so
little bit.
convenient.
I
But
know.
the thing I love about that area is their transportation system
Right.
is so easy to get around. You can see so much. I mean, Alexis, did the backpacking for 4 weeks last
Right.
year. She saw so many amazing places. So I think that's what would you do?
We've talked about this some. We haven't given our answers to each other. We got to.
You've written them down. It's in a bucket.
No,
You're gonna
we're
pull it out
actually
and go.
in August. We're going to talk about it again.
Okay,
We're just sort
yeah.
of thinking about it. But there's several places. One's in Europe.
Mm-hmm. So where would be your place in Europe?
Well, I like Provence, but the only thing about it is what I know about. I've never been there. I think it's a place I could learn because of the culture and all the great artwork and all the great. I know Pito's sister, by the way, is not too far from there. Maybe in Provence. The food culture is unbelievable.
right. Yeah.
I read my wife read. I didn't read the Year in Provence book about that. People who moved there, learn how to cook, how to talk, I want to live in a culture.
Exactly.
I want to know the people. I don't want to go stay in a hotel someplace.
No. Well, that's been the advertisement. Have you seen the Airbnb advertisements
I have.
lately? It's like,
I have.
don't just live
Yeah.
there, and that's
Right.
kind of the thing. And Clint and I were talking about this. So funny that you guys were talking about this, because we actually pulled up our old photos from the last 2 times that we've
Yeah.
gone, and was looking at all the little areas. And I was going through like Portofino, for example.
Yeah.
Hell, it's amazing, and it's not what it looks like they've tried to replicate at Disney or whatever.
Right,
I mean,
no, of course
but it's the people too.
Yeah.
It's just being a part of that whole. I like to just immerse myself. Where do the locals go? Where do they hang? And
Almost like you wish you knew somebody lived there. That'd be the key.
Exactly.
I mean, I like Ireland. I'd like to go to Ireland because I have a lot of relatives from many moons ago who were there, my greats and all that stuff. But I haven't narrowed it down. Key West would be interesting.
Key West is just fun, and that's right here.
Yeah.
That's driving distance.
Another place would be great. You couldn't do it, but Cuba. What a great thing to live in Cuba for a year, huh?
Yeah, and I have, our friend Tom just
Yeah,
visited
I know.
there, and so it was amazing.
I know.
My daughter-in-law was there before all the changes happened.
Yeah.
She got to go, and she loved it.
Yeah. That's what I hear. Let's ask these
I'd
guys
love to
down here,
travel.
these dudes. They're probably they're thinking about their next hamburger right now. But if you guys had to get a chance to, the millennials as we call them, Alan, you and Luke, you can go first, Alan. If you had to go 1 year, one place for 1 year to live, where would it be?
1 year. It'd probably be California.
What
somewhere
part?
that I've-
What part?
any-
Northern, southern?
Huntington Beach.
I do. Okay, that's a nice place.
I've never been to California. So.
Oh, well, you love Newport Beach. You love San Diego. It'd be fantastic. It's fantastic. But Northern California is also great. Luke?
Are we talking in the U.S.?
No, anywhere in the world
I
for
said
1
Europe,
year.
so.
Right. Oh, yeah, you did. Actually,
how come you're in a tunnel?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm looking at Mike's.
I don't think your mic's up. Anyway,
it's up. But anyway, I actually think I actually will stay in states. Colorado, Keystone, Colorado.
Colorado.
You been to Keystone, Colorado?
I've been there when I was 12, and I've wanted to go back since. We went skiing and snowboarding. My whole family did. So we were able to do that, and I've always wanted to go back since then.
You like Steamboat Springs better, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I
always
liked Vail.
Vail's nice. It's pricey.
Yeah.
It's not as pricey as Aspen is.
Right.
But Steamboat Springs is a great area to go to. Has all the amenities you need for golf and outdoors.
Well, we did summer,
skiing.
which
Summer's great in the Rockies. Summer's great
because you bike down the mountain. I mean,
all kinds
it's
of
so
things to
much
do.
fun for
it's a great
true mountain biking, I guess.
It's a great young people's town.
Oh my
Denver's
gosh,
a great
full
young people's town.
of young people, which is great because there's so much that brings a wholly different energy.
Right.
Everyone's fit there too.
They are. That's the first thing a person told me. Our friend and I, we went to work there many years ago. We were at a bar one night, went out, had a drink after work, and we asked this woman, I guess she was the bartender, and said, what is you know about Colorado? They said everybody's fit and they're about their bodies.
Yeah.
Well, we were not exactly. We're not poster boys for it.
Everybody walking and biking and
biking
everything,
and
so they're
very big in
year
that kind of
round.
stuff.
So that's
Yep.
the thing is they're doing it year round.
Skiing and what have you. My son lives there now, of course, in Denver. I don't know. There's another place. Seattle's a great city. I'm not sure I could take the bad weather all the time, but it's a great city. And I love London, by the way, too. So
Okay, I haven't been. Alexis has. I have.
London's changed a lot, though, I hear. I haven't been there in a long time. But anyway, so those are some nice things. So let me ask you what's going on in your world now. You're back for a while. Your daughter's enrolled up in Columbia, Missouri, and University of Missouri. And you still are in the insurance business last time I checked.
I am. We've been really, it's been good. We've had a great year. We've been really busy. We've got some new team members that we've brought on at the office. And so they're cranking it. And I always tell you, this community is good to me. Good to me.
You know, you had kind of a love relationship, and they love you back, too, in Ocala. And I think, if I may say this, presumptions, I think a lot of people do business with you, not just because you have a great brand, you do, but because they like you. And I try to tell people, if they're in any kind of sales at all, the first thing people buy is you. If they buy you, they may buy the product. And so, and it's not everybody has that talent. So you're very lucky, and you also do a lot in the community. You give back an awful lot. People talk about that, and there's great lip service, but you work in it, and I think that's what people really appreciate. So,
well, thank you.
But mostly it's Clint.
It's mostly Clint.
Yeah, mostly
yes.
Clint. He does most of the work.
He does it all. I just kind of follow along.
So your business is expanding.
No, yeah, we're good. Things we've been busy in all lines on the auto and the home, and then also on the financial services side with.
People forget that about State Farm.
I know. I hear that all the time. But it's actually the really fun part of the business that we do.
Get people in houses.
You get people protected properly to protect against loss, and then you can help them with preparing for the future and then saving money. With our financing and the things that we do, we're able to help people save money a lot of times on a lot of those areas and put away towards retirement and different things. So I love that we're able to really kind of do the whole thing. Yeah. It's very, very exciting to me.
You like to help people a lot. I know
that
you
we
do.
can do that. Yeah.
And by the way, you guys know that? You can finance your house or your car at State Farm. Do you know that?
Really?
Yes. So you didn't know it, did you?
Know that.
Huh?
I think I might have heard that.
You might have heard that before? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's amazing. A lot of people don't know that. So.
Well, and I'm going to give a tip to you just because, and you guys probably already know this because you guys are so smart, but it's some of the things that I didn't know,
Well, hold that. Right, hold that thought.
Okay.
And let you have the next 3 minutes to tell that. So things that we didn't know. Angie Lewis, Angela Stevens, she's got her cards out now. She's
start passing them out.
She's going to close the deal right here. So that's why she's so successful. She goes right for the jugular.
Actually,
she didn't even notice it.
That's some new cards. All right.
Fancy new
Well, we're going to
cards,
find out what you should know. Angie's going to tell us next right here on the Voice of Ocala. Stay tuned to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day. Whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands, at Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
here for Dairy Queen to tell you about some new and tasty foods. 2 of the new items are the Royal Blizzards, packed with extra fruit or fudge, and the new bruschetta chicken, a hot-baked sandwich on focaccia artisan bread. I know I had one for lunch, and it was exceptional. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Brenda George will be coming in instead of Jim George. Brenda will be our Professor Gadget talking to us about how she talks to dogs.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty with your host, Bob Kennedy.
Ocala Magazine Radio with Kelly Hart.
And then have all of your legal questions answered by Vanessa Lane Jennings on Legal Lane. All of that plus fun with Joe on AM Ocala Live. I got peanut butter in my mouth, Robin.
Angie.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. This is Angie Lewis. I've got my co-host here, Buddy Martin.
Now she's taking over.
No, I'm trying.
Luke's taking over first. Now she's taking over. You were saying.
So just a tip I want to share, because a lot of people know this, but not everybody knows this. So I want to make sure people know that. And this comes around financing of your vehicle. So a lot of times, you go to the dealership and you purchase your vehicle and you go through that whole dance with the financing and getting the best rate and everything, whatever. And you leave, you got it. You financed it now for, 3, 5, 7 years, whatever it is. And I hear people, they get so excited about, they're getting closer to paying off their vehicle. And they don't realize that during that time period, they could have refinanced it again and shorten the length of the loan.
Really?
Reduce the interest rate, saved thousands and thousands of dollars.
How do you mean that? Like if you're and let's say you're getting tell me how do you do that exactly?
Well, for example, let's say, you did it, and if you're not happy, if you feel like you didn't get the best rate, you can go to, Angie Lewis State Farm if you like, and say, you know what, did I get the, here's what happened, and, would I qualify for a better rate and a lower monthly payment? So that's an option. You can do it right away. Or if maybe a lot of times people just feel like they're stuck with that because maybe they haven't either built enough credit or their credit wasn't in the best shape when they went and did that.
Right.
So they're kind of doing this to build their credit. So you go with it for about 6 months or so, give your credit an opportunity to build up from making those payments on a regular basis. And then again, come in and see. It doesn't cost anything just to run and see if you would qualify for a better rate.
Do you know what the going rate is right now, or does it depend on your credit?
It depends on your credit.
Okay.
It depends on your credit. But the thing is, you don't always get what you truly qualify for.
Because?
I'm just saying that you're not always going to get that, because a lot of times that's where the money is made. So you need to push it.
You mean at your place or other than
not at my place?
That's what I'm saying.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
That's where we're different. We actually give this is what you truly qualify for.
Yeah.
And there is no back and forth haggling. It's just this is what it is.
Okay. So there's good information. No, and by the way, just in case someone's listening and saying, well, how do I get a hold of this lady?
You call 352-291-2444, or you can stop by and see us at 416 East Fort King Street in the beautiful historic district of downtown Ocala.
And by the way,
and if you see me on my bike or see my bike out around, you can hashtag your downtown neighbor and take a picture.
And you, by the way, have always said, and there's a spot, my grandson remembers this line, where the coffee pot's always on.
The coffee pot's always on. There's always cookies, and the coffee pot's always on.
Thank you, Angie. I want to thank our guest today, Mike Roth, here earlier, and we had Garfield, Nick Zalik, and Elizabeth, you said, from Airs Global, and of course Angie Lewis, the peripatetic one who'll be traveling all the time. Stay tuned. Now, coming up in just a moment, you're going to hear Southern Pigskin tonight, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
Have you been diagnosed with BPH or an enlarged prostate gland? Are you tired of getting up at night to visit the bathroom? You may be eligible for the Equinox study, a clinical research study of an investigational drug to reduce the number of times you wake up to urinate at night, a condition known as nocturia. To qualify, you must be male, be at least 18 years of age, have been diagnosed with BPH, have been bothered by nocturia for at least 1 year, and meet additional study requirements. Qualified participants will receive all study medication and study-related care from a dedicated team of medical staff at no cost. Health insurance is not required to participate. Again, the Equinox study is for males, ages 18 and older, who are diagnosed with BPH